Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This your host, Dre Bailey. Oh, y'all thought y'all was gonna hear Goose? Look, man, we got Mr. Bill Blockham Logan in the building, man. This is what we do, man. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio, man, every Saturday at 2 p.m., man. We are here to give you guys that LTBB news, drama, opinions, facts, all of that, man.
Seasoned well.
Yes, man. Seasoned well, man. This that Lowry's. We over here off that good garlic salt. What we on over here, man. So we appreciate you guys.
And we do it like this.
Yeah. We let it drop off the elbow on them.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of your time, man, on this Saturday at 2 p.m., man, whether you're listening on the Gorilla Cross app or you are actually watching us live from Let the Ball Bounce on Facebook, man, is where you can find the best sports talk radio on that social media platform. Hit us up if you want to be a sponsor of the show, man. We already had some inquiries of people who wanted to be some sponsors, and we have some really affordable prices here at Get Money Ministries, what we call LTBB, man.
GMM.
Yeah. The GMM in the building, man. Look, we're going to be having some dope T-shirts out, man, and available, some masks and things like that available, since we all have to get, what's the word I'm looking? We all have to get adapted. We're all adapting to the new norm, wearing a mask. And so in a minute, when you're with your partner and you guys are being intimate, masks will be required.
Wow.
So certain things will not be taking place with masks on, man. So, good Lord, man, this is what we come to. Governor Sisolak here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you're not here in Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm about to give you a little bit of truth right now. Sisolak has ordered everyone to wear a mask wherever you go. Any building you go into, you have to have a mask on. There is no exceptions for anything. And so let me tell you how this works. My son has basketball practice, right? And so I take him over to Tarkanian, and we have to wear the mask once we walk into the building. But once my son steps on the basketball court, he can take the mask off. I'm like, man, I need to be a hooper then. I need to become a hooper again. I go into the barber shop, and you have to wear your mask. And then once I go into the barber shop, nobody has a mask on. So does that go for Uber drivers and Lyft drivers? Like if they're picking up passengers, do now the passengers have to wear a mask inside of the car now? Along with the Uber drivers? I guess I'll ask this question for Quan, because you do that on the side sometimes. We may clown and tell people sometime, hey, why are you wearing a mask in the car? But I don't think people ever really consider people who Uber or they Lyft for a living, if they should wear a mask or not. But that is what the new norm is.
All of that is just an oxymoron to me. Because if you have to wear your mask in, but you can take it off, like when I went to the gym this morning.
Yeah.
I had to wear my mask in. I wore my mask through the whole workout, but it was certain people in there that weren't wearing a mask at all. But they said they sent an email out saying that you don't have to wear it while you're working out.
Okay. But they do want the social distancing thing to still take place. Yeah. So whether you're in the gym, you still have to have that, what is it, 6 feet?
6 feet.
of social distancing. So, look, man, Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. You're here with Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham, Logan, man. Goose is at a flag football tournament, and so we're wishing him all of the luck, and hopefully he comes back with that nice trophy. They out there doing their thing, man. And follow Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter, man, and that is with one T, man. Follow Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter. Follow Let the Ball Bounce on Instagram, man. Any social media outlets, we are here for you. Like I said, if you want to be a sponsor of the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show because you have a business that you want to help get out there, please don't hesitate to email us at lettheballbounce@gmail.com. Or if you don't want to do all of that and you want to make it simple, you can reach us at Let the Ball Bounce on Facebook and hit us in our DM. Whether it be Bill Blockham, Goose, or me personally, hit us in our DM and inquire about how you can get your business out there. And so right now, I'm going to ask you guys to help us get our business out there. We need you to actually share the actual live feed. It's not going to cost you anything to do that. We need you to just share the live feed right now. Share it with somebody who you know that loves life, who loves sports, and who loves people who can keep it 100 with you all the time. Sometimes people don't want to be around people who keep it 100.
Oh,
but
no.
when it comes to social issues and things that go on in this country, and maybe things that go on with ourselves, we don't have a problem with opening ourselves up, making us an open book to everyone. We do accept calls at the top of the hour, 702-608-3259. Once again, that number at 702-608-3259 at
Will we
the
have to
top
start
of the
screening
hour.
calls?
Yeah, well, you know, it looks that way, man. We've had a couple of people call up that were super racist or said super racist things. And, you know, let me tell you what a true fighter is when you're able to take it on the chin and keep it moving. You know how they say words hurt? People call into the show and they're giving their opinions, and sometimes it may be rude or they may come across racist or whatever. Those words don't hurt me.
But I thought, this is just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought even the page was created to have adult discord and dialogue.
Yeah.
Without getting personal just because your opinion is not like theirs.
Yeah. You know,
But we see sometimes it's not that way.
Yeah.
And these are grown people.
Grown. You know, people feel a certain type of way when you don't agree with their thoughts, opinions.
But why?
I have no clue. Everybody thinks differently. We all
Because
walk
unless you're
differently.
bringing a fact, your opinion is just
your opinion.
opinion.
I agree. I'm with you, Bill.
It's not factual.
No. You know, people sometimes need to tone down your Ralph Tresvant, that sensitivity button that you have. If you're going to be in a sports group, or if you're just going to be walking this earth in life, period, there are going to be people that don't agree with you wholeheartedly 100%.
And don't like you.
You know, you can't control
For whatever reason.
Yeah, and you can't control what and how other people see you,
Yeah.
or perceive you, or whatever. I know I don't. I know for a fact you don't. So if you don't like me, then that's your bad.
Mhm.
Like, you not liking me is not gonna put food on my table. Like, it's not stopping food from being on my table or getting my bills paid or my relationship with my kids. Like, that doesn't. You not liking me sounds like a personal problem that you have with yourself.
Well, you know, you hear the cliche all the time. if you don't like me, that's your problem. It's not mine.
Yeah.
So, deal with your problem.
Please do. Hey, happy birthday to Tara McCree.
Happy birthday.
She is a faithful follower and listener and friend of the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio crew. So Tara McCree has been on a absolute tremendous journey. She has lost a lot of weight, a whole nother person, and she is redefining herself as a woman, a mother, and as a true humanitarian and human being. And for that, those are the type of people that we like to have in our circle. That's the type of energy we like to surround ourselves with, is with beautiful people who are always having encouraging words to say, people who always are selfless and willing to put themselves to the side, whether it be for themselves, their kids, or whatever. And that is who she is. That's what she amplifies, man. And we here at the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show would love to give a heartfelt happy birthday to Tara McCree, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully she's watching and listening. We do have a lot of sports to talk about because basketball will be starting up here pretty soon. Looks like baseball has come to a number where both sides are in agreement upon. And we're
supposed to be like 60 games in 66 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the new norm now, man.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't know, man. It just seems like a bad dream or the Twilight Zone, man.
But what it can do, this could be the time, because a lot of people, they've said the 162 game schedule is long, which it is.
It's a long season.
So it may be the apropos time to say, you know what, look, let's kind of reevaluate how many games we have in a season, and change some things that way.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're gonna have DHs in both divisions now.
Yeah.
So pitchers won't be able to hit.
Are people? So let me ask you this: will baseball players have to wear masks when they're in the dugout?
I don't know. I know they're going to make them have some distance between each other in the dugout, 6 feet or whatever.
How does that happen? The dugout is only yay big.
We're going to see. That's all I can say.
Or make them hang out in the locker room until it's time for them to come up to bat. Like, there are a lot of things that are going to happen in sports that are going to change the dynamic of how we see sports from now on. I don't think this is just going to be temporary. I think there are certain things that are going to happen in sports that are going to change how we view sports and how we see it.
And you got a lot of players that don't want to play because of the pandemic.
Yeah, which they have a right.
Yeah.
You have that right to say, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out.
Some notable players, too. Not some, 12th man.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are in the rotations.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the new norm, and it's their right.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, well, they're not going to play because, financially they're cool. Whatever. It's their decision either way.
Look, the person who has all the money in the world still don't want his money to stop.
Look at these owners. Look at these.
saying.
Yeah, look at the owners. Look how long it took them to get this agreement.
Yeah,
You know,
because they've been pushing it.
Yeah, they've been saying, "Hey, man, we can't do that because we're going to lose all this money."
Well, they're going to lose a lot of money anyway because they're
Yeah.
not going to be able to fill these stadiums, these baseball stadiums, completely to capacity or even close to.
And that's one revenue stream that they've been saying that is going to hurt them, even with everything coming back.
Of course,
A lot of them want to be able to sell cold beer and peanuts.
popcorn and peanuts and hot dogs and stuff. That
Yeah.
stuff costs.
Yeah.
You go to a baseball game, and I've been to several in the Bay Area, AT&T.
They even got gourmet dining at these.
Yeah, they do.
At these.
Yeah, they
stadiums
do.
Now.
They do.
Yeah.
And you know, easily $150, $200 spent on being there all day, drinking peanuts, hot dogs, shots, whatever it is. Easily spending $150 per person,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what your fix is. So these owners will get hit hard in the pocket.
Hey, but that's a new norm too.
Yeah.
You got to face it. That's a new norm as well.
Well, God bless all those baseball players who got those almost $300 million deals right before this pandemic hit. Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't think with this pandemic, if someone was negotiating for a $300 million deal, that it would be okay. I think they'll be like, nah, we ain't got that right now.
we don't have that one right now.
Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting the butts in the seat the way that we want to. Right now, we got the same amount of people that was watching Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams watching games. What was that, 4 or 5 people in the bleachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until the word got out that the pandemic was gone, and then, they had a line of people with Field of Dreams ready to come watch Shoeless Joe Jackson
Yeah.
out there up at Batman. But, baseball is definitely America's, what they call America's pastime. And to only see 60 games from 160, bros, that's a huge jump.
If you don't get out to a fast start, your season is over.
Pretty much. So, Yankees, I'm going to need you to get your stuff together.
Yeah, because we still got to push up.
Hey, what's up with
Bet.
that? We still got that push-up bet, even though it's 60 games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should up that push-up bet from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Ooh. 60 seems to be, pretty interesting. Maybe we can just think about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Hey, what's up with that baseball player? I forget his name. They found him sleeping outside in the back of. Let me pull it up, man. He was from the Dodgers.
Yeah, he played with the Dodgers.
Is he? And I know they say it may be mental illness or something. Is he really that down and out?
You're in that business, the healthcare business,
Yeah.
mental healthcare business.
Yeah.
So, who knows what really took him to that level? He was sleeping behind some building.
Can we find out his name real quick, man? I definitely want to give him a shout out, and I hope that he receives the help that he can. Instead of everybody, clowning and talking bad about him, let's get this man some help.
Yeah, I'd never do that.
Let's get this
Because-
man some help. Him sleeping in back of any building and have played in the Major League Baseball Association, bros, is beyond me.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball is the highest paid sport out of all of the major sports. And I'm pretty sure he made quite a bit of money. I think it's sad, man.
Andrew Tolles.
Andrew Tolles. What years did he play for the Dodgers?
Let's see. Andrew Tolles. He was arrested after being found sleeping behind a building.
So they arrested him for sleeping.
Hmm.
Okay. Must have been private property or something.
Yeah, it was private property.
Wow.
You know, he's noted for looking like the real Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Ricky
Freeway
Ricky Ross. But he played for the Dodgers. He's only 28 years old.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying, bros. That's
Wow.
that's young. Now, in the mental health field, I've seen younger struggle with
Mhm.
mental health, but you know, what is Major League Baseball doing right now to get this guy the proper help, or to even find out exactly what's going on in his life, where you know he's,
Well, hopefully some of his ex teammates and stuff like that can, you know, acquire and get him some help that he needs, because you know that mental health. That's like I tell people, you know, about the homeless condition that we have.
yes,
I say you're dealing with levels of homelessness.
yes,
You know, it's just not everybody out there that's on the streets that's homeless. A lot of them don't want to be homeless.
you think?
You have some that want to be homeless. They just don't want no responsibilities.
Hmm.
But you do actually have some people out there who want, you know, to get a job, but nobody's hiring.
Especially in the condition that they're in.
Then you have the other side, the mental health, the people that's out there that's, you know, mentally just out there.
Yeah, and I want to say the percentage, and I don't have actual percentages, but if I'm just going off guesstimating, I want to say 60%.
I saw a dude the other day leaning against a light pole, and I mean he was just going back and forth, shaking his head violently, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, you know,
There is a huge mental illness population amongst the homeless across this country. I was driving here today on Main Street. I've probably seen about, I'm just guesstimating as I'm just driving by, maybe a couple of hundred homeless people out there. None of them have masks on. Right?
mm-hmm.
So my question is this. Is the COVID situation so strong and deadly that it's killing people? Why do we still have homeless population? I need you to think about that for a second. I have driven up Main Street and seen a couple of hundred people, homeless people with no masks.
There's 1,000 in this village going up Owens.
Yeah. We should not have a homeless population if this COVID thing is really killing people like they say it is.
And they're
Right?
not wearing one mask.
I mean, this isn't saying that I don't agree with not wearing a mask. No, not at all. But if this is so serious, we shouldn't have a homeless population. They should all be dead. This isn't wishing any ill will towards any homeless person out there at all. But these people don't have the means like you and I to go get a mask and wear all day while you're outside.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the space to social distance themselves away from each other. So what I'm saying is, why do we still have a homeless population?
Their immune systems must be strong.
Well, then, damn, I need to be homeless. It seems like being homeless is the way to go right now if you want to, live
Live freely.
live a COVID-free life.
Yeah.
People so worried about what's going on in their own homes. I urge you to put a mask on, go get in your car and drive downtown and look at the thousands of homeless people out there without masks. Karens and them.
Tell on them.
Because we got a whole lot of people telling on each other for
Yeah.
not wearing masks. I seen a
Yeah.
video the other day
Yeah.
of a lady walking up to two African American guys while they were eating and basically demanding that they put their masks on.
Michael Rappaport made a
How, Sway?
public service announcement, his own, as he does on a lot of issues. But, he's, basically, F-wording, wear your effing mask and this and that. You're not a medical expert, so you can't tell people that you shouldn't be wearing masks and this and that. And I'm like, well, you're not either. You're not either.
How are you not a medical expert telling somebody else that they're not a medical expert? That's weird to me, man.
Right.
Hey, you're not a medical expert. You can't tell me. Well, are you a medical expert? No, but the point is, no, there is no
The
point.
There's no point, sir.
Look, let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man. We are talking about our pandemic in this country. So caller. What's your name? What's your question?
There's no point, sir.
Goose
There's no
Daddy.
point, sir. What's good, fellas?
What's happening?
What's up with it, G?
Man, look, out here in hot Mesquite, look,
Oof.
it is 110.
I believe it.
It's 110. But lucky for us, we won our first game 48-0, and the second game was called. We were winning 15-0 when a bench clearing incident happened.
Oh,
So they gave it. Yeah.
It got
Yeah,
real.
man, look.
It got real.
It got real. We was playing a team from El Paso, and they tried to get they tried to play outside of football, and we don't have that. We can't do that.
As a former
So,
TMT player, I remember plenty times when it got real out there.
Yes, sir.
so Goose.
Absolutely.
So Goose, let me ask you this question: When the
yes, indeed.
when
I thought
the
y'all talking about the COVID.
yeah, we're
Y'all
talking about
the COVID
and
right
and,
now.
and I'm actually about to touch on it right now. When the benches
sir.
cleared, did you guys all run towards each other and then stop 6 feet away and then start yelling at each other?
That's a negative. That didn't happen. That did not happen, sir. No.
Yikes! Yikes!
Yeah, man. Social distancing. Yeah, we practice that real good out here.
Wow.
Yeah, we was right on top of that, G.
I bet you was.
Right on top of it. Yeah, man. Look, I got the homeboy Cleveland Poe right here, man.
Cleveland
Me.
My
Poe.
guy, Cleve Poe.
Trainer
Oh,
extraordinaire.
Trainer extraordinaire right here, man. Really doing this thing, man. So we gotta salute to this guy, man. But I'm not sure what exact sports subject that you're on.
Baseball.
I don't know if y'all talked about. Okay, we talking about baseball. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them.
But you're going to
I
have
really
it, though.
am.
You're going to have a season, 60 games.
I'm sick of them, bro. I'm sick of them. Bill, we talk about this seemingly every week, bro. Like, baseball, my first love, baseball, your first love. But baseball has continued to give itself an even deeper black eye with every passing season, it seems. The average age for a fan right now is anywhere between 52 and 55 years old.
Yikes.
The average age of
My
a
age.
baseball fan, right? Average age, bro.
My age.
Which means
The Stone Age.
your
Oh,
young
Lord.
folks are not drawn. Tell
The
them get off
Stone
your damn
Age.
mouth, nigga.
Quan, shut up.
It's just sad. I know Quan over there cracking up, G. Yeah, it's just sad, man, to see what baseball has brought itself to, because it's no one's fault but their own. No, it's no one's fault but theirs, bro.
Like
And
Sherm,
Rob Manfred, man, shame on Rob Manfred, man. Shame on him, bro.
the way
He
Sherm,
seems clueless.
the way Sherm coined it the other day when he was here, they have cannibalized themselves.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have eaten themselves from the
That's
inside out.
tragic.
Right.
That's
That's
exactly
tragic.
what they've done.
Tragic.
They've
Tragic.
eaten themselves from the inside out. And it's sad, bro. It really is sad. Like, gone are the days when Lenny Dykstra used to be high on speed 3 out of a 4-game set and go out there and get 5 hits in a series. Gone are those days.
Did you say
I mean,
high on
we
speed?
Yes. Speed, yes, I did.
Do they still
Yeah.
sell speed, or is that even a drug anymore?
I don't think it's in production. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it quite
Yikes.
said like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've moved on to, it's, meth is the thing now. Meth might be the
Oxycontin.
new speed, but, Oxycontins, they kind of, trim you down a little bit, slow you down a little bit, but yeah, man, it's just a sad thing, man. Gone are the days that those mid-70s, Pirates teams, snorting cocaine in the clubhouse, man, and come out and wreck shop. Gone are those days, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that this is the opportune time for them to maybe, cut some of that 162 games out of a season? This delayed season that we've had, because I think it is. I think they'll try to change that.
I think it is, bro, because as it stands right now, just think about this, fellas. Inside of your division, not the league, not the American League,
Just your
National
division.
League, but inside your division, you play each team 19 times. Why? 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 There's no reason for that.
Right.
There's no reason for it.
Right.
Why?
I
Why
think-
do I play every team 19 times?
I think they
Look.
can. I think in each division they can at least lower it to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like if you play 4, then we have to have that one tiebreaker. But let's do 5, not
Right.
19.
Look,
I think,
When my
I think just by
Dodgers-
cutting it in
when-
half
when my
will
Dodgers
will work.
when my Dodgers are in first place, and we know how much of a rivalry it is between us and the San Francisco Giants, and they're
Every
in
time.
last place. That is not
Yep.
a big
No.
series.
Mm.
No, it's
I don't
not.
care how much. I don't care.
not.
I don't care how much the rivalry is. It's too many games.
No, it's
Too many
not.
games. I think they should
Way
cut
too
it
many
down.
games.
Yeah.
You can cut it. You can cut it down to 9.
Yeah, I
Playing
do with that.
9, playing each team 9 times within your division,
9. Though.
and if you want to, even you can spread out interleague play if you want to do that, and you can, and the games will still be cut by 20 if you did that. You can get away with playing 140 games in a season, bro.
Oh,
like, it's
for
not
sure.
difficult.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
do.
It's not
I do.
difficult
I
at
do
all.
like the. I do like the DH in both divisions. Though, now, I do like that.
I like that.
I think
do
that'll
like
be
that.
more offense.
Absolutely.
I think more offense and more
Sure.
runs will be scored.
Absolutely. And then with that comes the drawing of the young people, the younger crowd to the game.
Mm-hmm.
When you score, when you get hits, when the long ball is brought back, then you tend to draw the younger crowd at
Right.
that point. Just
Yeah.
my opinion. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were going back and forth, the younger crowd was into the game. When you had a pitcher like Greg Maddux say chicks dig the long ball, like you had the younger crowd drawn to the game at that point.
Right.
Now you don't. They're not there.
Well,
And it's sad,
I
man.
always felt that baseball needed to try to attract the younger crowd back to baseball like they did. But like you said, I think now this has hurt baseball. When you have an average of
Right.
52 to whatever
Come on, man.
number it is who
not
was watching.
good.
Come on, bros. Like when I was a kid,
Come on, man.
baseball,
That's crazy.
that is what we played in the streets every day before
That's what we
basketball and
did.
anything, man. That's what we did.
Yes.
And having as long
We
as
played
season
baseball.
and having as long as season as baseball is, that's kind of not attractive to the younger crowd either.
No.
You know,
it's
this is a
not.
microwave
It's not.
generation. You know,
Sure.
hurry up and get
Sure.
it played and get it over with so we can do something
Hurry
else.
up and get it played.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And another thing that I don't think people are really thinking about is just think spring training really officially starts Valentine's Day weekend. Think about that, fellas. Spring training is when catchers and pitchers report. Valentine's Day weekend. Then you have 45 straight days before you even start the regular season.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, we can get rid of that.
Yeah.
Like, we can really get rid of this elongated spring training. Like, that doesn't have to be there.
Right.
Mm-mm.
It's a lot of things that baseball can do to improve the game. I mean, they brought in the pitching clock. I remember going to a Mets Reds game at Citi Field in Queens a couple of years ago.
Right.
And they were trying out the pitching clock at that point. I think that's a great thing, the pitching clock.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. But you got to find a way, you know, to speed the game up. I know in extra innings they're saying now that they're going to automatically start with a man on second base. I saw JT Bly on the live before I call you guys, so I know he's chiming in and he could probably speak to this as well.
Right.
So this is what I'm hearing. They're gonna automatically start a man on second base. You know, in extra innings, which I think is a great thing. It speeds the game up, and it's so many things that Rob Manfred could have long done.
Yeah.
To improve this game, and he's failed to do it.
Well, I understand why he didn't, because he didn't want to mess with the quote integrity
And
of the
tradition.
game,
And tradition.
the tradition of the game. But
Look, man.
with this pandemic now, you have a chance to really kind of change things. To me, I think baseball season should be done in September. That's just me.
Sure. It should not go into it should not go into week 7 or 8 of the football season.
No.
It shouldn't be
No.
like no. Why?
No.
Why? Why are we playing baseball in November? Why?
Now, let me ask you this.
Why is there baseball in?
Let me ask you this: with the games being cut down and some of the decisions that Manfred should take advantage of making right now during this COVID outbreak, will that change the landscape of how much these players make?
It could, but on the flip side, these TV contracts are what they are. So with the TV contracts, with these billionaire owners getting money off of these TV contracts, that money's not slimming up. That money's staying the same. So unless that money's slimming up, that's the only way that can happen.
Right.
That's the only way, in my opinion. That's the only way that can go down. If the money that these big time corporations are giving baseball for these TV deals slims up, then the salaries will slim up. You got to think, bro. You got to think somebody like Mike Trout only plays 130 games in a season anyway.
Right.
That's all he plays, bro.
Right.
Like your big time guys don't play a full 162. Nobody plays a full 162.
Right.
In a slow sport like that, they have what basketball has, the what do they call it in basketball again?
The what?
Load management.
Load management. They have load management in baseball. Really?
Yeah.
You know, well, a lot of times you're sitting.
I'm tired. I don't feel like sitting in the right field today.
Yeah.
I think I'll take it off.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
So, like I said, I think this would be the good time for him to really look at try to change, try to slim that 160 down, probably to what 110.
You can take it down to 140. You can take it down to 140, and it'll still go quicker, bro.
Right.
Even if you took it down to 140, it'll go quicker.
I'm good at the 140.
Let's just say if you took 5 games off of your division games, that's 20 games right there.
Yeah.
Because you figure you playing everybody in your division. If you take 5 games off, it's what, 4 teams in every division, five teams in some.
Yeah.
You taking 15 to 20 games off just with that. I'm good with 140, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm completely good.
It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much, bro.
Hmm.
Get the pennant race. I want to get to this pennant race, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get to that. Now you talking about adding more teams in. Come on, man. 14 teams in the playoffs. Come on, man. Stop it. Win your division. Win your division. Get a wild card. That's it.
Right.
That's all there should be there. Division winners, wild card.
Weren't they adding another wild card team to the playoff picture
they
anyway?
Were trying to, yes, bro. It was going to be 14 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We already get pissed off with the NBA for having half the league in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Teams with 35 wins making the playoffs.
Come on, God. That don't make sense.
Why?
No.
Why is a 40 and 42 team making the playoffs? If you don't go 500, you shouldn't be allowed in the playoffs.
No.
At all.
No.
In any sport.
Yeah.
500, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on,
We've
man.
had
That's insane.
We've had 8 and 8 teams in the playoffs in the NFL. Come on now.
Bro, constantly.
7 and 9. We had a losing
7 and
team.
9. Bro, a 7 and 9 team.
Yeah.
It's tragic.
No. Don't believe it.
Let me ask you this, Goose. Now that you out there, man, are they making you guys wear your mask on the field? Like as you're approaching the field, do you have to have your mask on? And then once you put your foot on the field, then you can take your mask off. What's the protocol on that?
Well, they said before the tournament started that while you're on the sideline, you should have your mask on. Not you will or you must. You should. So that means I don't have to do it.
So let me ask you this: how like what Bill Logan said earlier, the oxymoron? How is that when you're on the field, and as soon as you walk off the field, putting the mask on? How is that going to what is that doing?
Prevent you from getting it in the case.
It does nothing. We're outside. It does nothing. If we were in an enclosed area, I could get that. I could understand.
Right.
We're outside. It does nothing. It does nothing. 120 degrees out, and it's 110 out here.
Well, the Heat was supposed to kill it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah,
said.
the Heat was supposed to kill it.
Now
That's
I'm also hearing too that if you have asthma or you tell people that you have asthma that you don't have to wear your mask. Is that true too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you can
Wow,
get
that's
some
deep.
medical exemption.
That's deep.
I mean, because if you think about it, man, if I'm an asthmatic here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm out,
Right.
and it's 115, and I put a mask on,
Yeah, you hurting.
I'm hurting.
You hurting. Yeah, that's doubling up right there. You don't need that. Absolutely not.
But I think your doctor, your doctor can give you some exemption from that mask. You just have to go to him and get it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
JT Bly, he put, I want to say that Trout played every game but one that he wasn't
Really?
injured in last year.
Oh, that he wasn't injured in. Okay. Well, I mean, Trout is a stud, bro. He's the best player in baseball. Like we're talking about his team is tragic, which I think they're going to get better. You know, they went and got Rendon from Washington. So, I mean, to get him some actual protection in that lineup, because he had none. He had zero protection in that lineup at all. And if they can stay healthy, I mean, in the AL West, I mean, the A's are a threat. I think the Astros are in the AL West now. They got a lot of pressure on them, coming off of the scandal. The AL West might be a low-key sleeper division to look at going forward. I think. I mean, I'm not going count this 60 games. I'll wait till we come back with a full 162. But I'm looking at that AL West as kind of a sleeper division, man. To be honest with you.
Right. Well, we want you to be we want you to be safe out there, man, and hopefully you don't catch anything from walking from the field to the sideline.
Right.
And back to your car.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not, man. I hope not, man.
Hey,
we don't need that.
We were talking about the homeless population here, and I was just saying that if the COVID was really that bad, that we shouldn't have a homeless population then.
We really shouldn't.
Should be dropping like
we
flies.
really shouldn't, man. I think the last I checked, we were up to about 15,000.
Yikes!
I could be wrong on that though, but it was around that number.
But look, here's another point to that.
Mm-hmm.
There are some diseases amongst some of those that is worse than COVID.
Oh,
and they're around each other every day, and they're still not dropping.
Day.
And they're still not dropping like flies to some kind of disease.
Every day, sir.
You told us about some of the diseases that you guys have to deal with.
Look.
Man,
if anybody, if you want to be quarantined, catch tuberculosis if you want.
Yikes!
Do it. Catch TB if you want. Catch it. Go right ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
Do that. Yeah, you want that? You want that real quarantine? You don't want to see anybody for a whole calendar year? Yeah, catch TB.
Let's see. COVID?
Because that's what it's going to take.
Let's see. COVID or TB? Give me the COVID.
Man, look.
COVID or that young HIV?
Oh.
Man.
COVID?
What is we talking about here?
COVID or that young hepatitis?
Oh, boy.
You feel me?
And that's running rampant. That's running rampant through the homeless population.
Yeah.
Crucial. I see it every day, bro.
And they walking around here with the George Jefferson bop.
Man, look.
Just
as happy.
Just as happy? Yeah.
Boy, look.
Yeah.
Just singing.
Hey, Goose, while I got you on the phone, man, I want to tell you something real funny. This is off topic, but I got to bring it up because Bill Logan said George Jefferson. I got a text the other day that said, F you and your honky a wife.
Whoa. Wow.
When is the last time you heard that word honky? George Jefferson. That was the last time. That was the last time I ever heard that word honky was George Jefferson calling Tom that.
Wow.
Calling Archie Bunker that. That's who he was calling it. Way before he called Tom that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Because he was Archie Bunker's neighbor.
And your honky
before
wife.
He moved on up.
Pretty much.
Wowzers.
Right.
That's deep, man.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I was like, wow, this an old bigot.
That's deep. Wow. Real live.
This an old bigot.
Wow. Sheesh.
Yikes.
Well, man, wow. I mean, you gonna deal with it how you gonna deal with it, brother? But
I ignored it.
Wow.
I threw it the peace sign, like peace.
There you go.
Yikes.
That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do right there.
Yikes.
That's the best thing to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the best interest of everybody right there.
Yeah.
You know,
peace sign.
Nicole Yvette says that, believe it or not, a good portion of the homeless population has health insurance.
Wow. Interesting. That's very interesting.
And I'm over here
never
paying
would've
almost
thought
$1,000 for the whole family every month.
Yeah.
Look here, bro.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But meanwhile, Yikes! Wow.
Mm.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Never once did I think that homeless people had 80-20. Wow. It's different. Okay. All
They
right.
might have
Walk in and get a
80-20.
surgery.
They might have 80-20, but it's a bunch of nasty diseases running through that population,
Yes,
bro.
it is.
So 80-20
Yes, it
don't
is.
really matter.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
They don't want
True.
no help. They don't. A lot of them don't even want
True.
help. You know.
Well, a lot of them are homeless vets as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them are vets.
Yeah.
So, which that's a whole nother story that we could spend a whole nother show on, bro. How they do our vets, but that's we can talk about that later.
Yeah, and it's managed Medicaid. We
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, bros, I think all human beings should be able to have access to some health insurance, whether you're homeless or not.
Agreed.
That's definitely not where I'm going with this. But
And I see so many people mad at people helping them as far as food, and I'm like,
Oh man.
why are you mad at,
Yeah, it's
at these
tough.
people for
Why? You
giving
can't
some
mad.
kind-hearted gestures to these people?
Yeah.
If they wanna
Giving out
feed 'em, let 'em
pizzas,
feed 'em.
You know.
You know,
Absolutely.
they're talking about, well,
Absolutely.
that's keeping them enabled. Oh well, they was enabled before that, bro.
Yeah.
They was in some
Yeah.
happened prior
Yeah.
to way before I got to them to give them this box of chicken.
Yeah.
Something happened to them way before that.
right.
So don't blame me.
Right.
Please don't blame me.
Well, with the light of all of the COVID, however you want to pronounce it, is going on, I think that this would be a great opportunity, like you said, for Manford and some of the owners in the NBA and the NFL to make small little tweaks that will help improve the sport over the course of the long haul. Does that make sense? Dropping games, a certain amount of games in your division in baseball, bringing it down to 140 something helps out the league tremendously.
Yes.
Football, however they got their stuff structured as far as playoffs and things like that, and then just basketball, like you said, only having but 500 teams
You gotta
in
be
the
41 and
playoffs.
41. You got to be at least that. You got to at least be 41 and 41 to be considered, bro. I'm not finna have no 35-win team in the playoffs.
And I don't care. And I don't care who on your team. You could have the Greek freak on there. If you
Doesn't matter.
if you don't make that 41 and 41 cutoff, bros, you sitting out of the playoffs. I don't care if I lose ratings or not. People want to see good basketball.
It's funny that you even mentioned the Greek freak. One of those teams that I was talking about was the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
5th seed one year, bro, and won like 35 games. I'm like, what is this? Y'all, first of all, how did y'all become a 5th seed with 35 wins?
Right.
They
Like,
shouldn't
how
have
did
been in
that
the
even go down?
playoffs, Sherm.
Period.
Come on, bro.
They shouldn't have been in the playoffs, Sherm. Yeah, I said it.
That's insane, bro.
You can sit at home and sweat on that one.
And when they got in the playoffs,
Yeah,
they showed
man.
why they should have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Man,
Well,
look.
I'm gonna tell you this:
Oh.
if
Sherm.
if baseball shortened its games with CC losing as much weight as he did, hell, he'll come back for that,
He'll probably come back for that.
dog. Because it's like JT Blase. I think it will save pitching more than anybody else. It helps the pitchers.
Sure it would. Sure it does. It absolutely does. No question.
Now your team don't
You
need
gotta
30
think.
pitchers on the team.
Exactly, because that's the way they run it now. You're looking at five starters that you rotate. Plus they end up going with like 6 or 7 relievers. Like, you don't need all of that, bro.
Nah,
For a
bro.
9-inning baseball game, you just don't, bro. You don't.
Well, tell my
Sorry.
Dodgers that. Tell my Dodgers that because they exhausted
Boy, look, man. Boy,
in the
they
last
exhausted.
3 years. They exhausted
Man,
that.
My Braves need pitching bad. I think we drafted one. in the
Situational
first-
pitchers
first or
and
second
all.
round.
Man, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's dumb. If you
Right.
can't pitch, you can't pitch.
Right.
I don't care what situation it is.
This
Yeah,
is
lefty
a
or
tough.
righty,
This is
man,
this is a tough
stop.
left-handed pitcher. So we got to put our tough left-handed pitcher in.
Please.
We got to get
Please.
this guy out. Okay, take him out, and then we put in another guy. It's like,
Please.
oh Lord. That's why the games are so long.
Thing called,
Yeah.
but this is where that thing called analytics, which I absolutely hate. That's where that comes in, Bill.
Yep.
I hate analytics. I hate them. I hate it with a passion. Can't stand it.
And Dave Roberts used that to the fullest in
Yeah,
the
he
last
did.
3 years.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He took full advantage of analytics, bro.
Yeah.
He was the analytic king.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts, bro.
Mm.
Yes, indeed, man.
So you said
Yes, sir.
when's the next game, man? Or are you guys done?
We play at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
We back at it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be the number one overall seed based on our point output. We put up 70 in 2 games, close to 70 points. So we should be sitting good in that number one spot going into tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, should be good, man. Yes,
well,
sir.
we wish y'all all the luck out there, man, and we hopefully tomorrow will
Appreciate
be
it, man.
not as hot as it is today. 110 in Mesquite. Yikes.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. It's blazing, man. It's blazing, and the wind's blowing.
Mm.
And they say it might be close to 50-mile-an-hour wind tomorrow too.
Mm.
So
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah.
make it miserable.
Let me
it's
tell
gonna be a sauna.
Let me tell you what my daughter is facing right now. So she has volleyball practice, and they don't open the doors until 3 p.m. Right? So which means that you have to basically be sitting in your car. Now,
Oh boy.
when everybody gets out their car at 2:58, 2:59, there's all of the volleyball players are standing in line to get inside of the volleyball facilities. And if you're in the back of the line, by the time you come up and you get the temperature gauge put at your forehead, if it's too hot, they tell you that you can't come in, and they tell you to go sit. They tell you to go stand in the shade. How, Sway?
Wow. So you
It's
tell me
still
to
110 in the shade.
It doesn't matter.
The only thing you don't have is the sun hitting you upside your head.
Oh boy.
So guess what happens, bros? If you run back to your car to get into the AC, and then get out of your car and go back to try to get in, if you weren't standing in line at 3 o'clock when they let you in, and let's say you just come up to the doors at 3:02, 3:04, 3:05, they won't let you in because of sanitation reasons, so you miss practice.
Wow, bro. Stop it.
But they take that
you
young
damned if
money
you
out that
do.
account every month, though.
Oh, absolutely. That happens. You know doggone well that happens.
They're gonna get their money.
Don't act surprised, sir.
But what are we
You know
supposed
that
to
happens.
do with our youth that are playing sports,
Man.
and we're having to face all of these weird rules? You can't tell my kid to go stand in the shade so that the temperature will come down when it's still 110 in the shade. Sometimes it's 102 at 2 o'clock in the morning here in Vegas.
No question. No question. Wow. That's tough, man.
I mean, we say it all the time. Maybe they should shut it down until everything comes to some kind of, standard.
Yep. Yeah, because it's going to be like
I'm
this.
not gonna
It's
say
gonna be like
normalcy
this.
no more. I'm not gonna say normalcy no more. I'm gonna say standard.
Nothing's going to be normal. Nothing's going to be normal ever again. This is what it is. This is what it is. Whatever you were doing 4 months ago, 5 months ago,
Right.
yeah, that's over. It's over. It'll never happen again. Period.
I just feel, really,
It is.
I feel disheartened for, my daughter in that situation. My son has a better situation. He has to wear a mask, when he's walking in the tark, and when he steps on the court, he can take it off.
Right.
And Tark right now here in Las Vegas, Nevada has, is circling at least 300 to 400 kids in that place every day, using up all of the basketball courts, and nobody has masks on.
No.
I mean, they're having full-fledged practices in there.
Yep.
So,
Not a soul with a mask on.
yeah. So, but yeah, to all of you people out there, this is Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show. We are on the phone with Mr. Goose Thomas, who's in Mesquite playing a not volleyball, but a flag football tournament, man. And we're talking sports during this COVID and some of the protocol and things like that. I was talking to Bill Logan earlier, Goose, and we were just saying if you're in baseball and you're in the dugout, they may make them wear masks too, kind of like they're kind of telling you guys that it's optional on the sideline. It may be mandatory in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I was thinking that, man. With a lot of those guys, especially when you have teams that are up to bat, you got a full dugout worth of players that are in close proximity. So I would assume that all players will have a mask in their back pocket.
Yeah. What about basketball?
I'm going to have to.
We can go with basketball too. I mean, if you're on the sidelines waiting, on the bench, do you have to wear a mask while you're on the bench? And then as you go to check in, then you can, how most people usually take their breakaway sweats off right before they go in. Do you just take your mask off and then go in?
Yeah. So the ball boy gotta do your top, your bottom, and your mask.
Right.
You gotta keep it all together.
Now, what about the announcers?
Wow.
Are the announcers, since they're not moving, then they're sitting there commentating on the game and calling the game, do they have to wear masks also?
Right. I mean, if you notice, there's going to be a UFC event tonight there in Vegas at the Apex. The announcers have been sitting a distance away from each other. So Daniel Cormier, what's my man, Joe Rogan, and the other guy, they've spread themselves out around the octagon. Usually they're at the same table, but they've spread themselves out. I'm not sure, if ESPN, is calling the game, and Doris Burke and I don't know whoever else calling for ESPN are together. Are they gonna have Doris Burke like up top where the main camera is, and have the other person down on the side? Like how is that gonna work? I'm not sure how the NBA is gonna do that.
Right. Let me ask you this. I know that Avery Bradley, and right now we're switching to the NBA. Yes. Right now, and we appreciate everybody who is chiming in to Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man.
Absolutely.
Avery Bradley for the Lakers is another NBA superstar who says that he's just going to opt out and not play. Does that open up a roster spot for one of the available free agents if they're willing to play for the Lakers to pick up? I mean, how is that going to work? Like that whole, is that considered a medical red shirt, or I mean, what are we calling this?
I'm not exactly sure what the end outcome would be, but I believe that does open up a roster spot. I've been hearing J.R. Smith name, being thrown out there, as far as, him coming to the Lakers. I'm not sure how true that is. I really don't care either way, to be honest with you. But missing Avery Bradley and missing that perimeter defense from him is something that the Lakers will have to make up, some other way. Maybe this gives Caruso, his opportunity to elevate his game to a new level with this, with the 8 games, left plus the playoffs. So I'm not sure, how concerned management is about it. Willie Cauley-Stein is another guy that has opted out to come into Orlando as well, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be some other ones that say, you know what, I just don't want to make the trip.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I know with Avery Bradley, though, he has a 6-year-old son that I think has a condition, if I'm not mistaken. So he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and we'll start this thing. I'm gonna get my summer.
Okay, well,
Basically, is what he's saying.
I am about to give you guys a list. Right now, we're talking NBA basketball here on Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio. I'm going to give you guys a list of free agents right now that can be, called upon their services if certain players decide that they don't want to play. DeMarcus Cousins is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Johnson is still one of them. Isaiah Thomas.
Joe.
Yep. Isaiah Thomas. Tyler Johnson. Trey Burke. Ryan Anderson. Alan Crabb. Anthony Tolliver. Gerald Green. Pau Gasol. Nene. Jordan Bell. Iman Shumpert. J.R. Smith.
You forgot Crawford.
Few of those guys can help some people out, man.
Yeah.
Crawford's
Few
one
of
too.
those guys can help some people out, bro.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford is one.
Definitely, he can definitely help somebody out right now, no question. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I'm
an
looking.
interesting list. Bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at a Alan Crabb, a Ryan Anderson,
Yes.
a Gerald Green, a Nene, Jordan Bell, Iman Shumpert. These
Jordan Bell
dudes.
can help somebody out.
Yeah.
But
Jordan Bell can definitely help somebody out.
what are their mindsets on playing though?
Yeah.
That's another question.
Exactly. That's what you have to think about.
They might be in the
That's what
same
you have to think
mindset,
about.
man. No, I'm a chill. I've been chilling. Might as well keep chilling. It's,
Right.
that's the mindset.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting. I mean, do you with those names I named off, is J.R. Smith the best fit for the Lakers? No Alan Crabb?
I would personally like to see Jamal Crawford. I know, that may not be the popular answer. I don't know how people feel about that, but I would personally like to see Jamal Crawford, man. I really would. I mean, the dude can still get buckets, bro.
Yeah.
Like right now, he can get buckets right now. I take 12, 14 points a game from him off the bench, and be just fine with it.
Right.
I wouldn't mind that. Would not mind that at all.
It's gonna be very interesting, man. Very
We'll
interesting.
see. We'll see.
I just still believe that they should shut it down. That's always been my belief. It's not to come back this
Right.
year. I just would hate to be watching a 7th game and all of a sudden Anthony Davis or
that suck?
LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard or Paul George is out with the COVID.
Wouldn't that suck? Wow.
That's not a good look for me.
That would suck.
Not in no championship
Well,
game.
every day since they've been testing, you have a new guy coming up positive every day.
Yeah.
So what's to think that some of these other guys aren't going to come up? And
As the season progresses.
some of these dudes don't have any symptoms.
I mean,
Right.
D.L. Hughley didn't even have symptoms, and he passed out on
He
stage.
just passed out. Passed out. Now they did. I want to say over 300 tests. NBA, we're talking about. They did over 300 tests, and 16 came back positive. I mean, it's
With more
it's enough
results,
for you to
with
to
more
look at.
results, need to come in too. I don't think all the
Right.
results had
Right.
came in yet.
Right. I mean, you got to figure too. It's 22 teams going out there.
Yeah.
So you had an average of about 12 to 14 guys per roster. That's about right. Give or take a few bodies.
Right.
Who was the latest star? Malcolm Brogdon was the latest star that came
Malcolm
up positive.
Brogdon.
Yeah,
Yes, Malcolm Brogdon.
and he is a big part of that
positive.
team.
Huge part. Huge. So, it's gonna be interesting. Roberto Duran caught it.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Wow. And he just turned
Look
what,
what's going on
76?
Hands of stone.
He's 69. Yep.
I knew he's up there,
Hands
bro.
of stone. Yeah, he's 70, close to 70. Yeah,
So Goose,
absolutely.
before we get you off this phone, G,
sir.
we have a football
man.
we have a football topic right now, man. Who is more important? The QB, the running back, or the wide receiver in your eyes?
Neither.
Oh.
Neither. The left tackle. Left tackle is the most important person on the field. Always been my stance, bro.
We need you to
Always been my
explain. Please explain to the let the ball bounce fans.
Ask Joe Theismann how important his left tackle is.
Yikes.
That's all you need to know. That's why they make the money.
Well,
Always been my stance, bro.
well,
Always.
well. That left tackle over there.
Quarterback.
That left
Quarterback
left
gets the
tackle over
glory.
there when Joe Theismann had the Hogs, because they were known as a great offensive line unit.
Sure.
But that left tackle over there wasn't dealing with anybody else coming off that edge. He was dealing with somebody that was just a freak coming off that edge.
That was the abnormal
Yes.
dude that you're dealing with, bro.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
abnormal,
he may have had a little booger sugar that morning.
Hey, absolutely. That's an abnormal guy, man.
Yeah.
He's abnormal.
Yeah.
He's not.
And
he's not regular.
they didn't get their name as the Hogs just because they were just
Right.
no, them dudes were
Exactly.
good. Them dudes were good.
Exactly. Absolutely, they were really good. But
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying though. That's why they make the money that they make. This is why. That's why, to me, they're the most important people on the field. Because if your quarterback doesn't stand upright, I mean, it cancel Christmas. I mean, we've seen mediocre quarterbacks win Super Bowls. Like, we talk about it all the time. We've seen mediocre quarterbacks win Super Bowls. We've seen great quarterbacks that played mediocre win Super Bowls.
Right.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. We've seen it.
Why is it's premium to put everything on a quarterback? If you're saying that
Because it's the popular thing to do. It's a popular thing to do. He touched the ball every play. It's a popular thing to do. It's popular.
Trent Dilfer
But
won a Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, Bill.
Yes, he did.
We talk about this all the time. We talk about it all the time. Peyton Manning played horrific in Super Bowl 50, bro. Bad. He did not play well at all.
And
He won a Super Bowl.
And I'll look at my team in our heydays back in the 90s. I think the most important part, was the O-line for sure. But then I think it went to Emmett. I don't even think Troy was more important, because we saw backup quarterbacks when Troy was hurt come in and win big games.
Yes.
The redhead dude won a big playoff game, man.
Yes,
Garrett
he did, bro.
run a big playoff game against the Packers, bro.
Yes, bro.
But it
That
was
happened.
Emmett. It was Emmett and that O-line that really solidified them games. As far, I mean, he made some good plays in those games too. But you talking about Steve Berline. Those dudes won big games when Troy was hurt.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Running back, quarterback. Yeah. Look, man. If it starts and ends with those 5 dudes that are in front, man. It starts and ends with those dudes, man. The same way defensively, in my opinion. If your D-line not getting pressure, everybody else is cooked. A long day. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
If that D-line not getting there, it's going to be a long day.
Mm-hmm.
The trenches is where it's won.
So if those dudes can't block those dudes on the other side, it's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a long day.
That's funny.
You can give all the praise to a quarterback you feel like giving it to. If he can't stand upright, he's no good.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be Michael Vick.
I just thought that was.
Everybody can't have escapability like that.
I just thought that was an interesting topic because they put the premium on the quarterback, wide
Right.
receiver,
Right.
or running back.
Of course.
And they never really say, well, bring up the O line or D line. They'll bring up the
Right.
they'll bring up the left tackle like you did, but
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah.
the O line, the running back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a quarterback that can make plays, that's even better. If you got those other two elements,
Right. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, the black quarterback's so important now because you don't really need the line like you do with
Right. Right. Yeah. It's
top 5 quarterbacks. Who you got? Watson,
Yeah.
Russell,
Yeah. Pat Mahomes.
Adam
Right.
Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Right.
They the top.
Yeah. Them the top guys.
So they don't need a line.
Yeah.
like everybody
They
else.
make plays with their feet. So it's. Look, man.
then you got to have a
if
smart
you ain't
quarterback
got
who
them
knows.
boys up front,
Then you got to have a
Yes.
smart quarterback who
Yes.
don't hold the ball forever. Dude,
Randall
get rid of
Cunningham.
the ball, man.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Bill.
Let me stop.
Yes, Bill.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
man.
Thank you, sir.
Tom Brady.
Get rid of the
Get
football.
rid of the football, man.
My God.
You know,
What is you holding on to this ball for, sir?
Brian Hoyer.
that's why I don't really. That's why I really don't get on a quarterback too much for checking down because at least
No.
he know the line is not blocking and I can check it down to a guy who can make some people miss and make some plays. So hey, check
Sure.
it down.
Peyton Manning was the check down king.
Oh, he was check down king, for sure. No question. Edgerrin James ate off of that.
Boy, he
Yeah.
ate.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
He got full every week.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Edgerrin
man.
James was my favorite running back at that time, too,
yeah.
around that time.
And look, Marshall Faulk
Yeah.
ate off of that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But
Her-
these dudes can make plays, though.
Yeah.
These are dudes that can make plays. Like, you just ain't checking down to anybody.
No.
You checking down to dudes that can make plays.
Yeah.
So when
And those two dudes made plays.
you checking down to Steven Senior to get 5 yards?
I think you should ask Bill that. Bill, you checking down to Steve?
He will be on the bench, bro.
With a mask on.
I'm like, he on the bench. Cleve, come in and take his place. Cleve Poe, come in and take his place, man. We'll check it down to Cleve.
Go get it, Cleve. Cleve, go get
Because
it.
Cleve gonna make somebody miss. For sure.
Cleve gonna make somebody miss. For
Yes,
sure.
sir.
No question about that. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That was horrible. That was
Yeah.
horrible.
Steve has zero wiggle.
Zero.
No wiggle.
He has no wiggle.
That,
Stevie McCall has no wiggle.
that boy go from 0 to 10 miles per hour in 2 hours. Good Lord.
No wiggle.
That nigga said 2 hours.
That is tough. That is tough, bro. Shout out Steven Senior, man. That's our
That's
guy,
my
man.
guy, man.
That's our
Yeah.
guy. But he ain't got no wiggle.
No.
Yeah.
He ain't got
Yeah.
no wiggle.
We got to put the players in that can get the production.
Yes. Yes.
We check it down to you. You're gonna get us a 4-yard loss, sir. Sorry.
No,
If
not,
you
not a good look.
if you check it down to Sherm, how many yards you think you can get?
Right now
Yeah.
or old Sherm?
Oh, sure. Right now.
Right now, Sherman get you 5 on the check down right now, even with 2 bad knees. Yeah.
I don't-
Sherman scoot up a little bit.
I don't.
Sherman scoot up a little bit.
I don't think Sherm would get you. I don't think Sherman get you 5 because he had too much sweat in his eye. Like
Young
sweat my
sweaty loke,
sweat my.
sweaty loke.
Sweat
Nah,
daddy.
Sherm can get you 5 though. I think Sherman can get you about
Sherman
10,
get you 5.
5 or 10.
Sherman get you 5 for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Oh, Sherman get you 15, 20 though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Sherman can get up.
Yeah.
For sure.
When we out this
Yeah,
traveling.
he do. Yeah, he do. He out here. He out here.
Oh, is
He
he?
out here
right now.
He out here this week. Yeah.
Okay.
He's playing right now.
Yeah, I think they playing right now.
Okay. All right.
They're
He
in a different division than us.
a quarterback,
He a
right?
quarterback. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Longest wind up
Yeah, he like old Byron Leftwich. He got the
Ah,
wind up.
old
he
Charlie
got that
Batch.
Byron Leftwich. Yeah, he got that Byron Leftwich wind up.
Yikes.
He be getting it there though.
Okay, well
He getting it there.
he out there looking like Haji from Johnny Quest. Boy, let's get it then, Sherm.
Wow. Young Johnny Moxon. Johnny Moxon right there. Yes, indeed.
He out there with the Otto Graham wind up.
Shane Falco. Got that Shane Falco.
He out there with that TJ Husmazada skin tone.
Whoa, wowza.
That's my guy, man. Hey, Goose, man, we
Oh,
appreciate you
man,
giving us a
that's
call on the show, man. We appreciate you giving us a call today, man.
Absolutely, man. I wouldn't have it no other way. Look, man, to everybody out there listening, thank you for your continued support for Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk, man. It is no question. Without you guys, man, it just wouldn't be possible for us, man. So we appreciate all of y'all out there in Radio Land, man, for rocking with us for almost a decade now, bro. We creeping up on 10, bro.
Yeah,
We creeping on 10, bro.
yeah,
We appreciate it, man.
yeah.
All love to everybody out there, man.
And we got
Big time.
Yes, sir.
new and exciting things, man, with Let the Ball Bounce
Yes,
Sports
we
Talk
do.
Radio, man, coming soon. And so
Yeah.
we appreciate everybody chiming in to Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man, with your guy, Dre Bailey
Yeah, man, Goose Thomas.
and Bill Blockham Logan in the
Yeah.
building, man. We appreciate you guys. And right
Sure.
now is the time for everyone who has $100 to
Yes.
at least
Time,
stand
baby.
up right now. Stand up in the
Yes.
church
Yes,
of We
indeed.
Get Money Ministries and stand up if
Yes.
you got $100 to give.
Yes.
$100, please, right now, if you want to
Yes,
give
indeed. Yes,
to
indeed.
the
Yes,
Get
indeed.
Money Ministries with your pastor, Dre
Yes.
Bailey.
And your deacon, Goose Thomas.
Look, man, this is what we do. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio, man. And guess what, man? If you scared,
You better go to church.
yeah.
Hey,